I went to try on my wedding gown with Lorenzo, my fiancé, the Don of the Moretti family. My younger sister, Serafina, begged to come along. I stepped out from behind the velvet curtain. There she was, pinning a brooch to his lapel. I opened my mouth to say, let me do that, but the photographer had already turned to her with a grin. Newlyweds, look this way. They both turned. The camera clicked twice, and the photographer brushed past me. 99 shots. Every single one of Serafina and Lorenzo. Not one of me, the actual bride. I stood there, hollow. When we were children, they always played bride and groom. I clapped on cue. When we grew up, they sat at the head of family councils, I made their coffee and kept the kitchen running. Vittoria, hand me the veil. Lorenzo saw I hadn't moved, walked over, and gently pulled the tool from my stiff fingers. Why are you standing there like that? Go check the seating chart with the butler. I'll join you after we finish Serafina's shots. The photographer lifted one eye from behind his camera. Miss Vittoria, would you step back a little? You're blocking the light. I stepped all the way back to the heavy drapes by the window. And right there, it hit me, how absurd this all was. If this political marriage didn't actually need me, then I didn't need to show up for it either. Chapter 1. I changed back into my own clothes, picked up my clutch from the armchair, and pushed open the heavy oak door. The hinges groaned, low and long. No one looked up. I turned for a last glance. Serafina was angling herself before the mirror, and Lorenzo knelt behind her, lifting the train of her skirt. The photographer called out, don't move, perfect angle. I turned and walked out the front gate. Sliding into my car, my phone buzzed. A message from the wedding planner, Miss Vittoria, have you decided on the bouquet? Before I could answer, another one popped up, or Serafina could choose for you, she knows your taste and has great style. The car was so quiet I could hear my own heartbeat, counting something. Counting how many times I'd been erased in this arrangement. I typed back, let Serafina pick. After all, Lorenzo always thought her taste was better. A reply came instantly, got it. I stared at the screen. Probably relieved, no more back and forth with a wishy-washy bride. Then messages started rolling in. The photographer posted the fitting photos and floor plans in the family group chat. I opened the images, the lighting was masterful, shadows pooling around them like a Caravaggio painting. I smiled bitterly. As a child, I'd envied the girl who got to be the bride in their games. When Lorenzo and I got engaged, I thought I'd finally earned that role. I poured everything into this wedding, tiptoeing around it like it was proof I belonged. But in the end, I was still cropped out of the frame. The phone lit and dimmed. Messages kept coming. I didn't reply. No one noticed. I drove back to my city apartment. On the hall mirror hung a sticky note, wedding countdown, 7 days. I peeled it off, crumpled it, and tossed it into the fireplace. Watched it curl, blacken, and turn to ash. The next morning, I finally opened my phone. 99 plus unread messages in the group. Serafina had tagged me in one voice message, sister, I changed the processional music for you. Your pic was too gloomy, weddings are supposed to be happy. Lorenzo followed with a text, yeah, the old one wasn't quite right.